I have a hard time not making happy looking R's. So C, crestfallen. We've got R next. I think I typed out the word. So let me look over here. Do I have an R that I don't have an R I love quite yet? I'm not entirely sure what I want to do. So in Nirvana, you see I have like your standard R. Oh, that looks like a V. You have like your standard R, right? Where in the word desperate, I have more of, well, to be fair, I have more of a nothing, but it's more of a cursive R. And I kind of like the idea that this font is going to have cursive elements to a standard non-connected font. I might do some cursive ligatures. So I might have two different R's. But for right now, I'm going to make the standard one because I want you to be able to write everything out without the ligatures. And then those might be things I add later. So let's go ahead and just... Now, I like... I don't know that I want it to be too big. That's not terrible. R is one of those... I don't want a happy looking R, but sometimes... Okay, I know this... I have a hard time not making happy looking R's. I feel like to make what I would consider sadder looking R's, they end up looking like V's. I kind of give it this space, but it needs that... It's like the whole... It needs to be legible, at least to a degree, but I still want it to convey emotion. So we're just gonna keep drawing here for a little bit. And if I don't get something perfect, we'll move on and I can come back to it. I do that a lot if I just can't get a letter the way I want. I'll just come back. Okay. That's good for now. So anyway, like I said, the whole reason I've kind of had this kind of a font in my mind is I think just because things are really weird right now, you know, and it speaks to me. It's easy to put on a happy, perfect, stylized face. Well, okay, to be fair, it's not easy. It's what we do. Things are weird. People are broken. I mean, it's true all the time, but just 2020, man. There's a pandemic. There's a derecho in the Midwest. I'm assuming that's how it's pronounced. I have only read it. I've never actually heard anyone say it. It's like a hurricane on land. Have you seen the pictures? It's crazy. My family lives in Iowa, and luckily, I talked to my sister last night. They're doing okay, but man, whoa, in the middle of a pandemic. I mean, and then, you know, hurricanes going on as well. It just, whew, it is a time. Okay, let's move on to E. E. So, yeah, it's just been like, and I think that's why, okay, so we talked earlier about Avatar, Last Airbender. I always have to make sure I say that because I'm not talking about the blue people. Why I've been really into that lately is I am the type of person that when I fall for something, I fall hard. And I know a lot of creatives are like that. It's just like, I can't just enjoy something casually, you know? If I love something, I love it. Crestfallen. Do I have an S up there that I like? Ooh, actually, I really like the S in Desperate as well. But it's kind of cut off because of the E. So I'm just going to kind of replicate a similar feeling. Something kind of like that. Okay, I like that. That's pretty good. Oh, thank you so much for following. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah. There we go. Oh, I must not have changed the width on this E. I've got so much space over here. There we go. That's better. Okay, so this word is coming along. Let's go to the T. But yeah, it's just, again, this year is super weird. So I've been just falling hard for, different fandom related things. I was actually talking to my husband this morning. I am listening to some books. It's called The Remnant Chronicles. They were recommended by a YouTuber that I recently started watching. Her name is, I love her name. Her first name's Murphy. It's Murphy Napier, I think. And anyway, she seems really fun. She likes a lot of the similar things. So she mentioned that she liked these, and I thought I'd try it out. I'm enjoying it so far. One of the reasons, this is going to sound like I'm trashing it. I'm not. One of the reasons I really like these books are because they aren't my favorite things in the world. It's good, but just good enough. Does that make sense? Like, I'm really enjoying them. There's something that helps my mind, just gives my mind something to do when I'm mowing, when I'm washing dish. I don't know why I started doing that. I'm not sure about this tea. You know what? I'm kind of liking that tea, so I think I'm going to stick with that. Okay. So what I was saying about the books I'm reading, I've been really appreciating them because they are enjoyable, but they're not life-changing. And sometimes when I get so deep into things, it's especially now when like things are already weird and I'm already feeling like I'm just trying to cope. I get so deep and in love with things that it's hard to function. And I need something to bring me out. And so for every Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, what have you, you need these small books or shows or movies or whatever that can kind of pull you out, give you the idea that there's still other things to enjoy in the universe without sucking you in so hard that you get like into another funk of just being obsessed with this one thing. Oh, and I hadn't mentioned yet, but this music is by Harris Heller, and he has music that you can use for streaming videos, that kind of thing. It's available on YouTube, on Spotify is where I'm listening to it. So I just want to give a shout out to him because I really like this music and it's available. So thank you so much. Actually the A in Nirvana is pretty good. I don't know if it's quite what I'm looking for, but I might do something similar to it. Oh, I like that A. That's good. So I do fonts on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday I code. I do like WordPress websites, and so that's kind of what's been keeping me busy. I like that it's kind of hard sometimes to keep up and keep putting new things out since I mixed it up with coding. But I also find that it really helps me just to stay energized and focus on whatever I'm working on, because it's a little bit different every day and I'm not like, oh, I'm doing the same exact thing. So that's nice. Okay. I like that L, and I do think that I'd like to do an L ligature for this font, just to kind of give it more variation. If you aren't familiar with what a ligature is, it's when you have basically a letter combination. So most fonts, when you have something typed out, it would look like this. You've got two of the same L, but isn't it a lot more interesting if you have something like this? Oh, well, here, I should get rid of that. Something like this for two L's instead, or something like this. So I think I like to do ligatures of two letters together, or just make an alternate, so that when you have two letters together, it looks different, and that gives it much more of a organic, hand-drawn feel. which I really love. And none of these are stylized at all yet, so they're all gonna change. I'm just trying to get, you know, a basic form. Let's write something that starts with a B. How about heartbroken? This doesn't start with a B, but it gives me an H, which I need. I really like the H I have from up above. True, it's because I already messed with it a little bit, but we're gonna stick with that. I'm gonna throw that into the H slot here. So sometimes when I'm doing things like this, I will just try to think about, you know, something that is exemplary. That's not quite the word I'm looking for. Something that encapsulates the feeling I'm going for. So I can think about that scene in Lord of the Rings that I was talking about with Frodo and Sam in Mordor, or different things like that. Does anyone have any favorite angsty scenes to think about? Speaking of angsty, I can think about the Ember Island Players episode of Avatar, The Last Airbender. How many times am I gonna say that today? K is a fun letter though. I always have fun making Ks. There's just so much you can do with them, you know? What a versatile letter K is. Like for right now in here, I'm going for like, I'm trying to almost do it as fast as I can, because I want to mimic, you know, the way I think that people would draw it. It is hard though, because my kids, my son in particular, you know, you're supposed to draw, you know, at least I was taught, you know, you start at the top to draw your letters, and he almost does everything from the bottom, and it drives me nuts. I'm like, start from the top. And I don't know if it's because I'm a mom or because I make letters for a living that it really bothers me, but it does. Let's start stylizing just a couple. So normally what I do next is I take a letter and I kind of delete all the extraneous points, and then I can start smoothing everything out. But this is a different style of font, so I am going to not only not delete all the extraneous points, I might even add some. I don't want this to look perfect. I want to highlight the imperfections and maybe even add a few more for good measure. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed these videos, please hit like and subscribe. I stream on Twitch on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2 p.m. and release recaps here on YouTube. If you have any questions or comments, drop them below or email me at info@brittnymurphydesign.com. I would be horrible at gaming online unless it's just a let's make fun of this person gaming, which, you know, has a market.